Okay. So this is about a functions, Python functions. Okay. So it is very simple to define a function and call a function. So Python function is block of code which only runs when it is called. So you have to define a function and call the function. You can pass the data known as a parameters into a function. A function return a data as a result. Okay. So what is this and how to define the function? We'll see. So to create a function, very simple, we use a word called a def. Def is a keyword. Okay. So this is how to define a function. Very simple. Okay. So this is to define a function. Now, if you run this function, it won't work. Okay. This is just you created a function. It is useless. It is useless, of course, if you without a calling it. So I'm doing that one here only. Actually, I want to use VS Code. We'll see that one. So later, VS Code environment is also very good, but this is our feeling very good now for a one. So myfun, I put a my underscore function. I put a my function. Okay, this is I defined a function. Now, what are the statement I want to do? I will do it. So, for example, I want to give print statement. So this is my function. Okay, or a first function, something I give it. So this is completed. I define a function, then completed, save it, and run it. Now, what is it is showing? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, you have to call the function. You have to call the function, then only it will give the output. This is how to call the function like this. This is my function. So that is called a calling function. So when you define a function, so automatically, so you defined a function only, that's it. Okay, without a calling, the function is useless. Without a calling a function, the function is useless. So compulsory you should call the function. Calling the function. So remember guys, always create a function and call the function for you. So in my side, so I done one functioning calling, right? So like this, same thing only I created, just I defined the function and I call the function. Okay. So next, so different type of functions are there, different ways to define the functions are there. So how to give the some passing elements into that one, like that also we can do it. So for example, arguments. Okay, some people put an argument, a method, different names are there. So what are the name it is? So everything is same only. So arguments, information can be passed into function as a arguments, like a parameter. Arguments are specified after the function name inside the parenthesis. You can add as many arguments you want it. You want just to separate them with the commas. Separated with the commas. But what are the things you have to take care while you are giving the arguments? So look at here. This is my function. I put my function, right? So here I put it name, just a name. So here it is. I change my statement. My name is name function. Okay. So this is a argument. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, so I put some name in this one. Okay, for example, I put a Rohan file, save, run the module. See, my name is Rohan. My name is Rohan. So the Rohan is when are you calling this function? So it will go to the function. And in this parenthesis, this argument is there. So it will put this value into that one name, and then it will return the statement to do this work, and we got a output. But I return function only once, but I can call multiple times. Okay, I can call multiple times. So I'm calling 2 times. It is 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I can call it. You guys understand this part? How to define a function and how to pass a parameter. Because it's a very small and very important in the programming of Python when you are future in case going this functioning small things only there. How to create a function and how to call the function in this one. No one is speaking anything. Okay, no one is speaking anything, no problem. So what I'm going to do is I want to add some more thing. For example, it is a 21. Here it is 20. Okay, so I'm passing 2 parameters, but there is a 1 argument only there. So save it and run it. Now it is throwing an error. So what is the error? Type error. Error is type error. My function take 1 position argument, but 2 are given. So 1 positional argument, but I given 2. I given 2. Okay, so that is the one. Next, errors. So why? Because of output will get it if you do correctly. If you do correctly, okay. Of your output you will get it correct. Okay, if you do given correctly. While you do mistake, you will get error. So you should understand why we are getting error also. See it is first 2 are executed. So because of no problem, third one is we are not given any argument inside. We didn't given anything. So you should give how many parameters or how many arguments are there. So those many arguments you have to specify here. Okay, compulsory, not less, not more, or nothing kind of stuff. You should not give. Okay, next. Now I want to put a 2 parameters, name and age. Okay, 2 parameters are there. So see, name and age. Now I want to execute. Again, you are getting an error starting only. One missing required argument. So you are giving 1 only, okay, but it is asking 2. So you must give 2 parameters. Just for example. Sheet is like this. Okay. So if you want to add something like in between also, you can add it like a comma kind of stuff. You can name. There's a comma. separators. Okay, so 2 parameters. If I put a more parameters, means I am going to 33 also. So what will happen? So when you are running this one, immediately it will throw an error because only 2 positional parameters, but you are trying to pass 3 parameters here, then also it will throw an error. Okay, like this. Guys, understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Compulsory output is important, right? So output. Searching for a old outputs. So this is okay. This is current output only. Okay, this is my output. So how many parameters we are or many arguments we given, then those many arguments you have to pass or a parameters arguments, what are the thing you can use it. Okay, here it is given same thing like a plus statement kind of stuff. Why is given plus statement? So you can look at. So whenever he given first name and he given a last name automatically, so it is common. He is given only one parameter, one thing only. So I want to show you parameter or an argument. The term parameter or argument used for something information is passed into the function. From the function perspective, parameter is a variable listed inside a parenthesis in the function definition. Argument is the value that is sent to the function when it is called. Okay, so small wording differences are there. So then that time you will get a little confusion. So what is that one? It is you have to check it. So what is a parameter? Parameter means the name I've defined, that is a name in a bracket, that is called a parameter. Okay. Argument, which is the name I given, this is the argument. This is the parameter. Or if you use both the things are the same, also no problem. At present, for just for understanding, you can use any word. Okay. Okay. So multiple number of arguments you can define. So be careful when you are defining. So this is which one I most like that one. So what is this default parameters? For example, you are defining something and your area is equal to, for example, I'm telling area is Hyderabad, for example. So here same data. So area is Hyderabad, and also you can add area. Okay. See, this is I'm added area part also here. So when I say like this equal to kind of stuff, what will happen? For example, for Rohan, I said Rohan is from Pune. Okay, Rohan is from Pune. For vanilla, I didn't mention which area. Generally, you'll get a error. Why? Because of, so there is a 3 parameters and you should give 3 arguments. So when it is not given, like you given a 2 arguments for a 3 parameters, it will throw an error. But in this one, it won't happen. So what will happen, because area part, it is already given a default. So what happens here, it is, see, it is by default, it is from Pune. Okay, because here it is given, here it is came automatically. Okay, that is default. That is the default parameters like that. So whenever you given some certain value already defined, if you not given a if you not define that one, so automatically it will take. Okay. Guys, understand this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, default.
Sir.
I said Hyderabad means if I don't mention, some people will get out, sir, if I don't mention this one, what will happen? It throws an error. It will take one by one only. And also multiple type of arguments kind of stuff also we can able to assign. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, the kid, first name, last name kind of stuff. We can also define kind of stuff we can see. For example, same thing, my function, I said name is equal to is what? Look at here, but statement is correct only. So like this, you can also specify the particular user, particular things into. Okay, so not only okay. Okay, so these are the default parameters, and also passing list as an argument. Okay, so list argument is also we can able to pass, not only one kind of stuff. This is also we can check it how to do it kind of stuff. So you can define a list or a string or anything, just like how you pass into your for loop. Same thing, you have to define a for loop, and then you can you can take it. Okay, so like the we'll see. So this is the function which is we use. So now we'll removing that one. Again, define a function. Any function name you can put it. Function name is mylist function. Okay, mylist function. Okay, so my list function is list one. I'm taking. Okay, so first of all, you have to define the list, then only we can able to call anyway. So for x in list 1, print x. Okay, so this is so this is first of all you have to define the list, right? So you have to define the list. Sorry. Okay, so we'll put it something in the list. I put in numbers for easy to type. So I'm calling my function. So what will happen? We'll see. If any error it is throwing, then we will check it once again because I'm not much confident in it. So this is also not required. You can put ABCD also. Like this. Okay, what are the list will be loaded here and execute. Save, run. It is list is executing. See, like this, like a multiple list kind of stuff. Also, you can execute or a strings st. String one is like maybe you can put a 7 piece. Okay, string. But I'm putting my list str1. Okay, save it. Let's see. Why it is printing same thing and again 2 times. Yeah, I given this thing. So mistake. See, that's why when you write compulsory verify from bottom. See, now it is coming correctly. Okay, this is the data and this is our string. See, this is the list for calling a list. First it is calling a list. It load the list into any list. Now it is iterating that one and we got a print. Next one, it is calling this string and it put a string in and display here. Okay. You can do both the things also. Off things, off both the things. Can put it no problem. Now I feel still there is a few more functions. Return value, pass statement, recursion. I don't touch the recursion, guys. Next one is lambda. Two things one is functions in a functions. What are we seeing? That is a basic function. Returns, very important. Next is lambda. Lambda is also a function. Lambda is a function. Okay, also lambda is also a function. Okay, so try to understand. Returns. What is this return kind of stuff? When you call a function, so when you call a function, or you done, so you're you given a print statement. You given a print statement. it means you're asking a return as some value, right? Value or a statement or something, right? Same thing when you are doing a function or a class or anything when you are calling it. So whether you mention a print statement inside or maybe you want to return some value to it, to that calling the function. So then obviously it should return that one. So right. So that is a return values. So how to define that one again? Define in my function, any name, max function, so many things you can able to do it. Okay. So I'm giving some value here n. Okay. So value here is a n. Okay. So then I put a return n star 10. So what happened when I pass the n value to it? So it will return n into 10 as output. My function. So I'm passing a 2. What will happen? We'll see. It is not showing anything. Why? Maybe you have to give under print statement or what? You see, 20. Okay, like this, because I didn't mention a print statement here, so you have to give the print statement here. If you don't mention print statement here, so you have to mention the print statement compulsory here. Like this, you can you can pass multiple things into this one, and you can able to the return value is like this. So not a 3, so I'll put a something 6. Like this. Okay, so this is a example part of written. So there is a lot of different type of written kind of stuff is also there. So you can try. Okay. Also you can write a more written kind of stuff. Define AVG. My AVG. I will put a some UAVG something, because sometimes some parameters are predefined things are there. So be careful you are doing that one. Okay, so then my AVG is A and B. Okay, I put a print statement A equal to comma A, B equal to B. Okay, that is a print statement. Okay, but not only that one. So I'm putting a return statement. Return is A plus B by 2. It's a average value. Average value. My AVG 10 comma 20. So I'm passing these two. 10 plus 2, 10 plus 20, 30, 30 by 2, 15. So A is 10, B is 20, average is 30. So then it is print statement. AVG of A, B is okay. Two print statements, so don't worry. Like this. See, A value, B value. That is because of this print statement. This is because of 15, because of this return value. So when you call a function, so it will returns some value. Okay, when you're calling a function, it returns some value. Okay, guys, this also you can try. Last one is pass. Last one is I will tell pass statement. Recursion that much of time and kind of we don't have. So we'll go to the pass statement. So compulsory, guys, you have to list out what are the things we discussed about Python and what are the small parts we discussed. So there is so many things are there. So suddenly they ask, tell me about NumPy, now tell me about Panda, tell me about something. You don't know, so then we didn't discuss it. You don't know, okay? So what happened? You'll get a like sir, we don't know, sir didn't teach us, or maybe we didn't study. Some people will get confused. They think they didn't study it. They are not confident in it. So very simple, guys. Interview they'll ask everything, but you must know what you know. That is very important. Make sure that you must know that one. Okay. Okay. So what sir it is? I want to write a big program. So then I put a different kind of stuff like a I put a function underscore a. Okay, a function I want to define. Okay, now what happens? So again I'm drafting a functioning kind of stuff. So function b I want to write. Okay, so next function c, like before I start a program, how many total things, separate things I have to define. So, okay, so what happens? So I will define like this, then I will implement. But I implemented one block. What is a function? It is also a block, right? So it's a block of code. Okay, it is a block of code. So I mentioned this one. So this is print um, function. Yeah. Print function. Yeah. So I defined something, but this is still we are not to define a b and a c function. Now I want to call the function like a function underscore a. Okay, so the calling function I've written save like this. Now it is showing error. Error. Why? Because of this is not given any statements. Not only your calling part. Okay, so you given something, but if you don't call it, it's okay. But if you written something, but you should give some return statement. Okay, in that cases, what to do? You want to execute the code, so then you are not at build this anything, or you are not completed the build it. So what to do? Give the pass statement. So now again, I'm going to save and run. It will only execute. This is executed, but remaining is still waiting. So this is, so what we say, it is passing this statement. So to reduce this space, that's I put it like this. Okay, so don't worry. In a pass. So functions, and the final one is lambda function is also there. You guys understand functions, how to define a function, or can I give you one overview? This is how to define a function. Function def and some name. The name should not be start with the capital letters like your variables how you define, same thing only. Should not be start with the numbers, and don't give numbers in the starting. Okay, and don't give spaces. Okay, don't give spaces. So my function and given, and there is some work. This is the piece of code or a piece of block we are created. So it's a block of code which only run when it is called. So you must call the function to work with that function. Okay, you must call the function to work with that function. Okay, you can write multiple functions also, right? If you want, like this, you can put a like. I'll give you a print statement. Function B. Okay, function B. So two statements are given, and I'm executing this code. Look at here. Function A is only showing. Why it is not showing function B? Well, I removed the pass and I given a print statement. Why I'm not getting line function B? Only I'm getting function A. Why? Only one question.
Function B is not called, sir.
Very good. Function B not called. So I called only function A, but I didn't call a function B. Okay, I didn't call this one. So it is not giving any output. So save. I'm calling now. So I'm getting both outputs. So this is, so define a function and call the function. Passing the parameters. Again, if you give a parameter here, for example, A is a parameter and you want to display that parameter, or you want to do something with that parameter, so you can do that one. Okay, but compulsory if you passing a parameter, so then you have to give that particular argument also. For example, a given A value is 12, the A will be displayed. Okay, the A value is 12. And for example, here in a B, I put a 33. What will happen? It throw an error. So why? Because of I didn't mention what parameter for this B. So I didn't mention anything. So but I given some number. Okay, more or less you should not give. So you should give properly. Okay. For example, I given B equal to 25. Okay, and if I mention value, so if I mention some value, it is 33. Save and execute. So what will happen? See, 33 is taken. Okay. For example, function underscore B. I didn't specify any value here. So what is my output? If I don't specify any, what is my output? 25, because it's I specified a default one. Okay, like this we can pass the statement 1 2 3 math functions. What is the best? I done average I done average kind of stuff here, like that. Okay, so this is about your functions, guys, and I already told there is a lambda. Okay, compulsory. The lambda is a very small function, Python lambda, and this is syntax, and this is the example. Because of lambda is also a function, so that's why I have combined the lambda function into our regular functions only. So lambda functions is a small anonymous function. Lambda function can take any number of arguments, but one expression only. So lambda argument and expression we should give like this we are giving. Okay. Example, add 10 to argument A and return the result. So this is a very simple function you can define. Earlier we are also define a big function writing for a small thing. Okay, someone is putting question. Okay, Vijay asking a question, guys. Sometimes system is hanging, like a lagging. Okay, lagging or suddenly it is stop. It is only for Vijay or everybody is getting that kind of stuff. Because my net speed also depends. Okay. So, okay, what we will do, I will tell the lambda function after 5 minutes. Just we'll stop that here.